Hey, my name is Brit and this is B Squared Budgets. Today I'm going to show you how to do a couple techniques in Excel. One is to have a row be highlighted by category, as well as to have numbers be calculated based on category. So follow along with me if you're interested. So we're going to jump into this spreadsheet. This is inspired by another fellow YouTuber. Her name is Samantha Saves, and I was watching a video that she put out just the other day on her July mid-month check-in, and she, on one of her pages, has a transactions ledger where she is manually highlighting and manually creating formulas to calculate the categories in that spreadsheet. So I knew a technique that could make that a little more streamlined for her, and that's why I'm making this video, and I figured other people may be interested as well. So this is a basic look at what is going on in the spreadsheet. There is a transactions ledger here, and then there's a secondary table over here that has the totals for each category. So in order to get these to auto-populate, we're going to add another column into this table here, and it can go anywhere. If you don't like it visually, you can always add it and then hide it if you don't want to see it. But I'm going to put it here, and we're going to call it category. And we want the category to be for each transaction, whatever is happening over here in this list. So of course, it could vary depending on what the spreadsheet's being used for. How we'll do that is we will highlight the entire row, and we're going to go to data and data validation. And we want to say allow anything from the list that we select, so list, and then source is going to be this area here, because these are the categories that we're using. Now this gives a drop-down menu for every item in this table, so we can go through and select the categories that these things were spent in. Now to get them to populate over here, we're going to use the sum if formula, so that's equals sum if parentheses, then we pick the range, which is what we want it to find, so we want it to, whenever it says pets, so we're going to click category, and we're going to put comma, quotation mark, the word that we're looking for, which is pets, close quotation, another comma, and then select the range, which is the number that we want it to add, and close that out, and it will populate the numbers that have pets in the category. We'll do the same thing for groceries, which is sum if parenthesis, pick the range that you want it to look for, what word you want it to look for, and then comma, what you want it to count. And that goes here. I'll do household real quick, and then we'll jump into doing the highlighting. Okay, so those are all filled in. They're auto-calculating the numbers that have been spent. And we now wanted to change these to match the same colors that we have over here in our legend. So what we want to do is we want to highlight this whole table, and then we're going to go back to home and conditional formatting. Under conditional formatting, we want to set a new rule, and we're going to say use a formula to determine which cells to format. And what that formula looks like is equal sign, money sign, C2, so we're picking this cell, and this will then be telling it to always look at this column to see that that's the number that we want, or that's the category that we want to be highlighted based on the value in here. And then for this one, we're going to say is equal to, again, quotation mark, and then the name of the item that you want. And then you're going to pick your formatting. So I'm going to pick the green color to match the legend. And that will highlight all those. And so we'll quickly do the same for the other categories. Use a formula. You pick the same cells. Money sign C2 is equal to pets. And the format we want for that is blue. And it adds it there. The last one we'll do is household. Okay, so that's added, and as you continue on entering information into your sheet, it will automatically color and highlight and add whatever number you are adding into your sheet. Thanks so much for joining me for this. If you haven't checked out Samantha Saves videos, I highly recommend them. I will leave a link to her channel in the description below. She shares real number budgets and lots of good personal finance information, so go check her out below. I hope this was helpful to you, and I'll see you in a future video.